Thanks for joining me today. I'm Connie with Mobile Paw Spa, and we're going to be talking about pet first aid kits, something you hope you never have to use, but something that's so important to have. Now, you can certainly buy one that's ready to go, but it's also very easy to make your own. Now, I do want to emphasize this is in no way first aid guidance or instruction. If something happens to your pet, the first thing you're going to do is call your veterinarian. And if you have a well-stocked first aid kit, chances are very good that you will have whatever you need to complete their instructions for you. That's not the time you want to have to make an emergency trip to the pharmacy. So let's talk about what we have here. Now, I will have a complete list of everything in the video description for easy reference. Now, for any type of wound that has blood or that's cut open, you're going to need things like adhesive tape, you're going to need rolled gauze or gauze pads. This self-adhesive bandage is also nice, but a couple things you might not think about: sanitary napkins. They're highly absorbent, so if there's something with a lot of blood, those are great to have on hand. You'll also want to have a triple or some type of antibiotic ointment. And then this is diphenhydramine or Benadryl, and it's important to have the soft gels. And you'll see I have a safety pin taped here. A soft gel is going to be faster working, so you'll use the safety pin to poke a hole in that and administer the liquid directly into your pet's mouth. Now, activated charcoal is often prescribed by veterinarians if your pet has ingested poison. But again, you only use something like this with the guidance of your veterinarian. And then we've got an iodine solution here. Again, that's for helping, clean wounds. Kaopectate is something that's often recommended by vets for diarrhea or stomach upset. Hydrogen peroxide can also be used for cleaning wounds, but it also can be used to induce vomiting. You want to have a sterile eye wash. I just get the saline solution and I just find it in the contact lens department. Instant cold compress. You also want to have a razor in case you have to shave some hair around a wound. A digital thermometer. I always think it's important to have some people bandages. You want to have petroleum jelly. And you want to have a flashlight. And you may say, why do I need a flashlight? Most of us have flashlights on our phone. You might be using your phone, you might be on your phone, so that's why it's important to have a separate one. I love this one because it has waste bags right in with the flashlight. You want to have some blunt-nosed scissors. Needle nose pliers, you might need these to pull out I had to use one one time to pull out a porcupine quill. That was not fun. But maybe a larger sliver that you can't get with tweezers. You also want to have a dropper to use like with eye wash, so like an eye dropper. You also want to have syringes without needles, so if you have to administer medication directly into the mouth, you can. And some cotton swabs are always handy to have. Some gloves for yourself, and then tweezers. I have some extra safety pins in here and just a marking pen or another type of pen. And then another important thing to have is a muzzle. Now, even if this is your pet, if they are hurt, they might not let you get to the part of their body that's hurt. They might try bite, and of course you don't want to get injured and then you're both injured. So if you don't have a muzzle, another inexpensive alternative is to just buy a pair of pantyhose and cut the legs off, and you can use this, tie it once around their muzzle and then loop it again and tie around behind their ears. Now, this will only work if you have a pet with a muzzle. If you have a dog like a pug, for instance, this isn't going to work. Then you're going to actually need to have a muzzle. You always want to have an extra collar that's appropriately sized for your pet, and a leash. And then also not a bad idea to have a copy of all your pet's vet records. And then you want to have a blanket or a towel. And then the container I've chose to put everything into is just a plastic tub like this. I like it because everything is in here and I can see into it very easily. So if I need to get at something fast, I can. I'm not digging around in a big, dark, deep bag. And most of the things you see here are going to be appropriate for people, for dogs, and for cats. However, again, you're going to want to use the guidance of your veterinarian because what might be appropriate for a dog may not be appropriate for a cat. And that does bring up another point. We all don't have access to a 24-hour emergency vet clinic. The Red Cross has a great app for pet first aid, and I highly recommend you download that to your phone. It has a lot of great information in there. Plus, you can even enter some information about your own pets. Now, if you have an idea for something that I didn't include in this kit, please let me know. I always welcome your comments and suggestions. I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thanks so much for watching today.